In this video, I'm going to show you an AI agent that is sending true cold emails to strangers. It's getting a 8% response rate, 50% of which have been positive. Now, this AI agent, full disclaimer, it's our newest product, Aura. The big thing I want you to walk away from this video with is to see just how powerful and flexible our instruction panels can be. So when you go to build your next campaign, you've got some ideas of your own. I'm Will Allred. I'm one of the co-founders here at Lavender. Our co-pilot is in tens of thousands of inboxes. We've analyzed hundreds of billions of sales email data points, and it fuels our AI that's driving our AI agents. I head up growth here, and I want you to see how we're using our own AI to build pipeline. Okay, so you can see here, I've got Aura open. This is the Aura dashboard. I've got our active campaigns here along the left. And this is a reporting page of our active campaign. So you can see here, we've reached out to, actually that's 408 emails, but that's across about 160 threads. So we've reached out to 160 individuals with 408 emails, and we've gotten a little bit over an 8% response rate, over 50% of which have been positive. Now, dig into some of these emails, and you'll see the emails follow a particular style. So the idea here is we're using brackets within a more fixed structure of like, I kind of know what I wanted this campaign to look like, but I knew exactly where I wanted AI to personalize. So I'm going to show you how we did that with our agent. But you can see here the copy feels very human, where AI comes in, doesn't like make a weird AI sloppiness to the messaging. But you can see here some really interesting things that Aura is doing. For example, this entire section here is entirely generated by AI based on its own research. And so the only thing I gave this campaign was a list of email addresses and some simple instructions for how I wanted it to go reach out to those emails. Now, we own the entire enrichment funnel, so like all I needed to give it was a list of validated emails for it to go generate these email campaigns. Now, here's how I built that. So as I mentioned, the campaign building process is really simple. I've done a few videos now on just how easy it is to spin up and launch your first campaign. You give it a list of leads. In this case, I just uploaded a list of email addresses via CSV file. I gave it some information on us. Most of this was already pre-trained from giving it our website and a few like PDF documents. But then the instructions, this is really where I want you to see how we built this campaign. So I don't have to give the agent instruction. The agent is designed to go test some different frameworks, try different value props with different persona. It's pretty advanced in how it's built. And one of the reasons we can do that is because we've got hundreds of billions of data points to fuel this thing. Now, doesn't mean that every campaign needs to just be free range, let AI do its thing. In this case, we had a very specific idea of a campaign we wanted to run, this idea of a bet. Hey, I bet the amount of data that we have says we can generate some emails that are pretty good. And so what we did for the agent is we gave it a set of rules. So you'll see here in brackets, persona, name, personalization research. And the idea here is these are not fields that we uploaded. These are things that we just kind of gave to the agent as general rules or instructions to use within the structured framework that we provide for each email. So you'll see some subject line ideas, but you'll also see these very structured emails that we asked it to follow. So in the initial outreach, we gave it a very specific email structure to follow. It's going to follow that email, except for within the brackets, it's going to use the rules. So persona in this case, it's going to say, hey, who is this seller reaching out to when they go outbound? And it's going to fill in the blank. In the first follow-up, name, did you want to take me up on the bet? Our agent's going to do all these things, very clearly articulates what we do. But then we gave it this really fun open-ended prompt of just drop your research in via bullet points. So this personalization research bracket It's not a pre-existing field. All it's saying is, hey, in this bracket, list out bullet points from your own reasoning and research layer, and show them that you know them. Nothing surface level. Focus on things like their long-term goals, KPIs, and underpinning problems that you think they might have, and maybe include psychographics. And so the agent is going to go fill in this bracket and then finish up the email with the template that we gave it. Now, same thing for the second follow-up email, and then we just let the agent run. And this campaign so far is doing really well, and it's something that we're going to double down on. Obviously, the volume is still relatively low, but you can see it come to life in these emails just how I described, right? So you're stepping into a role, overseeing multiple major regions at OpenVPN. This is after years of driving enterprise sales at Slack. Your top KPIs are driving adoption across these different markets. You're going to need quick wins, producing a repeatable process without bloating headcount. So we're filling in without changing the tone, without sounding robotic in weird places. And it's just another way that you can use Aura as you go and think about building an outbound campaign. Now, you don't have to build a campaign the way that I just showed. I've showed a couple other videos where I was able to launch a campaign in 5 minutes. This is definitely a little bit more intricate because we know what we wanted it to do. And so just like a seller in your team, I know exactly what I want you to do. So I'm going to give you very detailed instructions for how I want you to go execute it. But this is a experiment that we will certainly double down on. You'll see here, we've got several active experiments running at any given time. And as we seek success with them, we double down on them, add more mailboxes, add more recipients, and continue to scale those things up. So just a quick recap, really simple way to build within our system. Very similar to how a lot of folks think about building outbound campaigns using things like templates, but you don't have to do a lot of the heavy lifting to have AI fill in the void on some concepts that you want a human, in this case, would go do on their own. In this case, you're having AI just go execute it for you. Now, I didn't have to go launch this fully autonomously. I could have launched this in a way where I tee up the drafts for review on a daily basis. But in this case, we launched it autonomously because we really liked the way the campaign was operating. We love the emails that we're spitting out. And so we just let it rip. And so this is just one of the many ways. If you find this video interesting, you want to see some other ways that you can build with Aura, check out the other videos on our YouTube channel where we showcase some different ways that you can spin up agents, launch campaigns, and use the different sections here as you go and build out your next cold email outbound campaign.